Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our continuous coverage of the MLGDC, and now we are on the IdrA path again. So IdrA is on the warpath in a best-of-3 series against KiWiKaKi, the Protoss. Now, this match promises to be the first out of an entertaining series because KiWiKaKi is the one who eliminated IdrA. That's right, I have been keeping up with the history of MLG, but I do not know the results yet, even though it's been 2 days. So KiWiKaKi did eliminate IdrA very early in this series, and now he is going to face off against one of the best players in the world, IdrA, and KiWiKaKi isn't a pushover himself, so this promises to be a great match. IdrA's scout is gonna be very delayed if this is the only scout he's gonna send, while KiWiKaKi is going to send out his probe. However, I think that it is pretty safe to assume that IdrA is gonna go a 13 hatch. I don't know, I just have a small feeling that that is IdrA's tactic. Maybe because that's what he always plays. We'll see if he actually changes. So KiWiKaKi is not going to attack, so maybe he actually knows exactly what I know. So yes, he is gonna try and delay that early hatch, so congratulations to KiWiKaKi for thinking the way I do, or maybe it's vice versa. Because hey, I'm the bad player and he's the good one. We have a gateway to block up the ramp, but hey, with an early expansion, I don't think that that's necessarily a worry. And here comes the hatchery, and there comes the drone, and the drone is gonna be delayed, so IdrA just not gonna be able to lay down that hatchery because KiWiKaKi is just running around here like a little annoying little probe, and he sets down a pylon, and now he's gonna leave because if this pylon doesn't get brought down, and it's gonna require a lot more than a drone, and that means that the spawning pool will be up first. So IdrA's tactic is slowly being turned topsy-turvy, and now this pylon will be up. Its shields will be reduced, but that means that it's gonna take a really long time before this hatchery is up. And here comes the drone, to the probe, to do some drone harassment of its own, backing out. So now gonna recharge his shield, probably gonna try and do that again. And now IdrA's drone, however, is going to run in here. We do not have an early zealot. We have, so the cybernetics core was out first. We'll see if IdrA decides, hey, if you try to do that, I'm gonna steal your gas, and IdrA does steal the gas. So now this the drone almost dying there, the probe almost dying there, the pylon is now regenerating shields. So the longer KiWiKaKi keeps IdrA from attacking this pylon, the shields will be up and the hatchery will be that much delayed. And now we still have a drone, there is a queen on the way at least. There is one queen, but no Zerglings to help out with the destruction. Oh, there are already 4 Zerglings on the map, and they're taking down the pylon, and the pylon will go down, and now IdrA's gonna set down that hatchery immediately. Meanwhile, inside the base we do have a zealot, whose zealot is being forced to stay here on the ramp because he has noticed the Zerglings destroying the pylon, and he cannot be pulled off to destroy this extractor. So we're gonna have a probe trying to bring down the extractor. Huh. And a simulator has less health, but has double shields. Anyway, and now here comes the Zerglings, gonna try and run by, but they can't because this zealot is here, and now we're gonna have a second zealot, and that means that the Zerglings will never ever be enough to get inside the base. But IdrA very wisely moving in here and starting to attack these rocks. There is no scout on the rocks. I don't know if he's forgotten that, but he's actually thought about it right now, and there is that scout on the rocks, going to see that these Zerglings are attacking. Pretty much nothing that he can do. He should bring out his stalker pretty soon to deal with that. We have warp key technology, creep tumors. The expansion is almost ready. A queen has already moved up here to spawn larva. There's a second queen up. Lair is on the way. Transitioning drones, and that is a lot of drones transitioning. And here comes a scouting probe to see what's going on and gonna face the wrath of the queen. But once the queen is off to the creep, it's just gonna move slow using infused larva. So we have a lot of larva gonna come up here, and a lot of eggs gonna be transformed into probably more drones. IdrA's just macroing up. We have a spine crawler on the way. Where is that sneaky little? There's that spine crawler, very small, probably gonna move it around here and have 2 spine crawlers defend the ramp and the second base. Meanwhile, the scouting probe has finally died. We have an overlord here and 2 immortals. Very nice. Does IdrA actually know of these immortals? Let's see. Goddamn, stop following the player cam. No, IdrA does not. He knows that there's Chrono Boost here, but he doesn't know on what is used. This is actually hilarious that he can see Chrono Boost being used, but not on what. That is a sweet effect. Anyway, and there he sees that something is out, and now he knows that this is a robotics facility. He moved just a little closer, and he sees this warp prism moving out. He knows that something might be in it, but he does not know what. Two Immortals are going to do a lot of damage because there is nothing to fight against them. There are a lot of Zerglings on the way. No roaches. As of yet, there is one roach on the way, but hey, roaches, I hate them, you know, they're upgraded. Zerglings have been moved in here to try and deal with any incoming attack. Do we have 3 warp gates, 4 warp gates? So when the Immortals fall, there we go, 4 warp gates already being used, and with Zealots coming in here to try and take care of these Zerglings. However, there are a lot of Zerglings, and this Immortal is gonna fall, but the Zealots do a lot of damage to those Zerglings, and now this Immortal is gonna start pounding the Queen. Zealots coming in, maybe it should land again. However, if KiWiKaKi manages to hold this, it'll be very bad indeed for IdrA. More Zealots being morphed in. However, we do have a Roach, and Roaches, let's see, how much damage do? They do 16 damage, so Immortals are good against Roaches. I just didn't know that. And we have a lot of Zealots, and the Zergling's gonna try and run in here, but not gonna do pretty much anything. Trying to chase down the Immortal, not gonna work. Zealots, very nice micro from KiWiKaKi. Over 233 APM. More Zealots being morphed in, so a lot of Zealots in IdrA's base. He only has Zerglings. Zerglings are good against the Immortals, but the Zealots are gonna run through everything. And now this Warp Prism gonna come in closer. I don't know. Oh yes, we're landing down here, so probably we're gonna see even more reinforcing Zealots being warped in. Maybe even a few Stalkers. I don't know why any Stalkers haven't come up. Maybe because there's just Zerglings around here. But now a lot of Roaches and drones being pulled off the mineral line. Come on, you Zealots, come in here. So it's Zealots versus drones and Roaches. Oh, drones getting a nice round on these. More Zerglings coming out. And this is a very close battle indeed. And let's face it, I think that this is favoring KiWiKaKi, because even though he is going to lose this attacking force, but even more Zealots being warped in, even though he's going to lose this attacking force pretty soon, I think he's done a lot of economical damage to IdrA. Let's check out the income. It's 800 over 220. A lot of drones dead. IdrA on only 18 harvesters, and that is very few. We have 4 Zealots still running them up here, carrying, and IdrA calls the GG, leaves the game, and that means that IdrA is behind for the first time in the series, and I will see you guys next game.